Hello everybody, it's me here, Cameron. Welcome to a new filming location. We're here in the kitchen here. As you can see, I've got my fairy liquid, I've got some fucking hand sanitizer, I've got a grater where the handle has detached. I've got soap as well. Today we're going to be doing a rant video. We're going to be ranting about driving instructors, driving lessons. To give a bit of context, I'm 21, nearly 22. And I do not have a driving license. I've done about 3 or 4 lessons, I think, but each lesson was 2 hours long, but I'm not happy. Okay, so pretty much I did these lessons before I moved to Tunstall from Derby for my new job. And since then, I've just been putting off driving because it's just so fucking expensive, like it's ridiculous. But I'm going to be talking about what annoys me about driving instructors. And obviously price is a huge part of it. Before this video starts, if you guys do enjoy it, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new today. This video does well. I'll be sure to take inspiration from it and make videos similar to this. So first and foremost is obviously the cost. Driving lessons are about £34 an hour. That's like the base rate. And that in itself is mad. Okay, that's a lot of money. But here's the worst thing, right? If you want to get driving lessons at the base rate, you have to wait ages, okay? So the availability in Tunstall is just zero, okay? There just isn't any driving instructors that are available at that base rate. I remember looking at AA, they literally had one driving instructor listed for this area, and it was like £34 an hour, I think, which is obviously the base rate, but the next available lesson was in more than a month. It was literally in halfway through May. Okay, we're not even halfway through April, and bro's booked up for the whole half of April and half of May. It's just absolutely mad. So if you don't want to wait, you know, a month and a half for your first fucking lesson, you have to book premium like rates. And the premium rates you have to pay are legit like 50 quid an hour. Like, I'm not kidding. There was this site I found where there were multiple instructors, including Mohammed. Fucking hell, for £50 an hour, it better be bloody Muhammad Ali. Better be a fan me up. Like, Jesus Christ, 50 quid an hour. It's just a joke. Like, that's absolutely crazy. Like, the £34, £36 fee in itself is bad anyway. But the fact that you can't even get instructors for that base fee is mad. There just isn't any availability of instructors. And the only way you can get lessons quite easily, at least in this area, Tunstall, you literally have to pay a premium rate, and it's absolute bullshit. Like, it's just crazy. Like, £50 an hour for a driving lesson just because there's no availability. It is mad. The second thing I want to talk about is actually communicating with the instructors to get the lessons. Just realised all the cars driving past my flat are ruining my video. They're making the lighting messed up because the sun's glaring off into me, into my kitchen. No. The normal way to book driving lessons is you literally just go to a site like AA or Red and you just find an instructor and you book a slot. But here's the thing, all those lessons are taken up. I think AA have one instructor and Red have none for this area. So the 2 biggest sites that you use to book lessons like normally are not there. So what you have to do is you have to book lessons like personally, one-on-one with the instructor, which is so annoying. Like, you literally have to call them up and email them. It's just so fucking stupid. I remember there was this instructor I emailed. I was like, oh, hi, I'd like driving lessons. It felt like fucking 2005. Like, come on. I'm emailing someone asking for a service. Like, why can't I just buy it? Like, what the fuck? But literally, I remember emailing this guy and he literally responded like a few days later saying, oh, I have slots available for the 5th of April and 6th of April, 9 to 11, I think it said. And I remember thinking to myself, it was literally the 4th of April. Like, this was tomorrow. And what was shit about it is in the email, I asked if it was a manual car because ultimately I want to have a full license. Like, I want to be able to drive a manual car, not an automatic car. I mean, obviously you can drive an automatic car if you can drive a manual car. In the future, I'll get just an automatic car because they're just easier to drive, but I want the manual license. So I literally emailed him asking if it was a manual car. Bro aired me and then responded a week later saying, oh yeah, I've got lessons tomorrow and the day after. And I'm there thinking to myself, yeah, you haven't answered my question. And also 1 day turnaround time. Like, I've got other stuff to do, man. Like, what the hell? Like, it was just so bizarre how, like, communicating with these instructors is just so fucking annoying. Like, it's so jarring. You shouldn't have to communicate with someone one-on-one to book a lesson. It just shouldn't be that way. You should just go on a site, click, oh, I want lesson with him. Oh, he's available on Tuesday, 19th of April. I mean, I don't even know if the 19th of April is a Tuesday, but I should just be able to book a slot where the driving instructor is available. I shouldn't have to be fucking playing first base, second base, third base with a goddamn instructor. Like, I am mad. And I think that guy that I was talking about, that instructor, he was charging like £40 an hour because there's just no availability of instructors, which is just crazy. Like, it's so annoying. The third thing that annoys me about instructors is how fucking static they are. Okay, so here's the thing, right? You do a driving lesson in a car. So explain to me why some instructors just don't cover your area. It don't drive there, you moron. Like, I remember I was contacting another bloody instructor because I've been desperate looking for an instructor and I don't want to pay fucking £5 million premium rate just to get one guaranteed. I wanted to contact like a normal driving instructor that's charging like £40 an hour, £35 an hour. I remember finding instructors that were charging £35 an hour saying that they're from Stoke, and then contacting them, they were replying to me like, oh yeah, we don't cover ST6. Oh yeah, we don't cover Tunstall. Bro, you're in a car, drive here. What do you mean you don't cover? What do you mean you don't cover it? If you don't know anything about Stoke, which you probably don't, Stoke is like a collection of towns, right? So if you say you're based in Stoke, you kind of have to come to Tunstall. Like, Tunstall is in Stoke. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Yes, it's not super close to, say, Hanley, but it's literally a 10-minute drive. You're an instructor. Drive here, you dickhead. The next thing that annoys me, and this is in regards to the actual lessons, as I mentioned before, I've had like 4 lessons, well, 8 hours of lessons. And one thing I got so angry about, was the time wasting. This instructor I had was the biggest time waster ever. He was constantly in the corner of like, okay, time wasted, my goddamn money. I remember, firstly, he arrived at my house late. Like, the lesson, I think, was between 10 and 12. Like, maybe it was a different hour, I don't remember. But it was, we'll just say for context, 10 and 12. And he turned up like at 10:15. And I remember thinking to myself, like, how dare you, okay? I have paid I think it was like 32 an hour because it was half a year ago now. But I've paid £32 an hour, £64 for the whole session, and you're 15 minutes late. You have lost, that's cost me like £7, £8, just because you're not here. I remember when he was late, I contacted Red. So I booked the instructor through Red. And I remember Red, they were telling me, oh yeah, he's on the way and everything. And the first thing he said to me when I got in the car was, oh, you don't need to contact Red, just contact me directly. Because it just escalates the situation unnecessarily. And I was thinking to myself, bro, it's £30 a lesson. This was half a year ago, so it was a bit cheaper. But it's £30 a lesson, you're 15 minutes late. You've literally cost me £8. Okay, it's like having a prosy and then her just being like, oh, actually, I don't have a vagina. There's nowhere to put it. You can put it in my mouth, but you can't put it anywhere else. Like, you're taking the piss. I've paid for the full service. So I was not happy. I was not happy at all. And I was thinking to myself, like, what do you mean you don't need to escalate it? Bro, I do. You've just taken £8 out of my wallet. That pissed me off massively. But literally, I remember being in the car with him. This guy just kept talking about his family. And he was like that typical Indian dad where, you know, all of his family, like, they're super successful. All of his kids are like doctors and shit. And he just kept talking so highly of his family. And I remember thinking to myself, like, teach me how to drive. I don't care about your fucking daughter, Delhi. Like, oh, well done. Oh, she got a new banker role. She's a trainee banker. I could not give less of a shit. You're trying to teach me how to drive here. I don't care about your shitty life, okay? Not to be harsh. I mean, I wouldn't mind talking to a driver instructor, like, candidly. It's good to have a relationship with them. But not when my fucking time and my money is being wasted, okay? That idea frustrates me badly. Like, 2-hour session, you're teaching me how to drive for 2 hours. If you want to talk to me and be nice to me, fine. But that's not part of the 2 hours. Okay, so when you're trying to talk to me and butter me up, bro, you need to teach me how to drive, okay? You shouldn't be talking to me about random shit. I was so angry in that damn car. I remember there was one time he kept talking about his stupid daughter. oh, my daughter, she's training up to be a banker. I'm really proud of her. I remember sitting thinking to myself, how can I pull this steering wheel out so I can fucking sell it to get my money back? The next thing that annoys me about driving lessons is when people have a go at you almost for not knowing how to drive. I'm 21, right? By that regard, you know, I'm a 21-year-old man. I should know how to drive. That's the public opinion. I have so many people that have almost made fun of me because I don't drive, because I don't know how to drive, because I never did lessons. Well, I never finished the whole course or whatever. And I remember every single time someone does it, it pisses me off so much, because most people who have the capability to drive, they've, you know, learned how to drive, they just had it paid from by their parents. Like, well done, your parents paid for your lessons. Well done. Fucking congratulations. That doesn't give you a right to fucking be horrible to me just because I don't know how to drive. Because my lessons were never paid for. Not to at my dad or anything in a fucking YouTube video. But my dad has always had the sentiment with me that driving is just a waste of money. And you know what? When I was at uni, yeah, it would have been a waste of money, me having a car or me doing lessons. But now, no, it wouldn't have been a waste of money at all. Literally not knowing how to drive, I feel like I'm disabled. I feel like I don't have legs. Okay, like even visiting my parents, it's a 45-minute drive. To get there on public transport, it's easily 2.5 hours. Like 2.5 hours, and it's about £25 return. And especially in an area like where I live, Stoke is like a collection of towns. Like if you want to do anything, you have to travel. So not knowing how to drive, it really is to my detriment. And I wish I did my lessons a lot sooner. Now, you know, I've got the money to afford the lessons, but there just isn't any instructors. I'm literally going to end up paying £50 an hour, which is massively just crazy. Like 50 quid an hour, and it's like premium lessons. What's premium about it? I don't get it. I don't get why they're so much more expensive. It just pisses me off so much. And that's it for this video. I'm livid, okay, making this video. I didn't realize how angry I was going to be, but I just am, because I just want to know how to drive, and it just feels like a losing battle trying to get a fucking instructor. I don't know why it's so difficult. I've literally got into like 4 guys' DMs just trying to get lessons, and it's just so annoying. Like they're either not available for the next month, or they're charging £50 an hour, or they're available tomorrow and I can't do it because I'm busy, or they just can't travel here. Like, oh yeah, I operate in Stoke, but I don't go to Tunstall, even though it's in Stoke and there's a car and there's roads here, so you can fucking get here, you cunt. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just really angry making this video, but hopefully you guys did enjoy this rant video. Obviously, something a little bit different. I've done rant videos before and you guys seem to like them, so I'm sure you guys will like this one too. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new today. Tell me your opinions on what I've said. Tell me about your stories when it comes to getting a driving license. But yeah, hopefully I actually want a car though, really badly. So yeah, it sucks.